यथाधर्म तथा जो है वो होता, यथाधर्म तथा जो है वो
This play that you're watching is today regarded as a classic in the international theatre world. Chakravyuh, as in Abhimanyu's Chakravyuh in the Mahabharata, is being adapted to fit into a contemporary theme. Directing the spectacular play, which has been staged across the world from Tokyo to Avion, is none other than Ratan Thiam.
Increasing violence in the entire world is really very hard for me to tolerate. And it is that pressure which comes in my production.
There are so many formations, there are so many conspiracies which you have to break, and in the process of breaking that, maybe you will be killed, but somebody has to do it. And thereby Chakravyuh becomes the symbol of current Indian socio-political, even cultural situation. Some Abhimanyu has to break it. Some Abhimanyu will be killed in it, but it has to break. And that kind of a restlessness and power that production provides.
Chakravyuh, the powerful portrayal, or Chakravyuh, the visual spectacle, is a product of the experimental theatre movement in the small northeastern state of Manipur. And this style, the blending of folk motifs of a little-known region with universal themes, has taken the limelight on the world stage. And in this quest for newer idioms of theatre, Ratan Thiam is not alone. Haisnant Tenhailal is another pioneer of this new genre. This style of theatre dates back to the late 60s and early 70s and was an offshoot of the popular proscenium theatre culture of Manipur.
experimental theatre in Manipur started as early as 1970s. Experimental theatre in Manipur, we used to know by experimental theatre, but actually it is in search of an alternate theatre in the sense that alternate from the so-called realistic theatre, because that kind of narrative which could only give illusion, that was not satisfied with us, because we wanted to say directly and to see that the spectators filled themselves what we wanted to say through theatre.
Ratan Thiam, Aisnam Kanhailal and Arambam Lokendra comprise the triumvirate that the outside world associates Manipuri theatre with. A theatre culture that is inextricably woven into the very fabric of Manipuri society.
You will find a very surprising incident in our history is that the whole state was regarded as a kind of a theatre state. A theatre state in the sense that is an organic body of the community. The community, the individual and the state was merged into one organic whole, and doing ritual, performing ritual, acting out dances, doing theatre and doing all these performances are beneficial for the organization of your communal life. And therefore, the control of different districts, different principalities were organized through a belief in the ritual control, through a certain amount of what you call the use of your own bodily and ritual energy. So the martial arts were very strong, dances were very strong, and performances were all very strong because the whole community lived by it, they swore by it, and this experience was a compulsory experience of your communal organization.
Though Manipur boasts of an older folk tradition, modern proscenium theatre is a comparatively recent phenomenon. It was only with the advent of the British at the beginning of the 20th century and the growth of a new middle class that modern Manipuri theatre took roots. The Bengalis who were appointed by the British as teachers and revenue officials brought along with them the proscenium arts culture.
Performances, proscenium arts performances, which was introduced in the late 18th century in Calcutta. And many teachers, Manipuri teachers as well as Bengali teachers from Silchar, Kasar, they were used to and they knew the practices of theatre. And when they were brought in during the schools, during the Durga Puja festivals, school theatre became organized. And also the Bengalis were responsible for the first introduction of what is known as a club, drama club. Actually, they have started the drama club in 1905. Friends Dramatic Union was the first important drama club which they organized, where ethnic Manipuris participated as equally as heroes. They acted as heroes, sometimes they acted as women. No women would play in the early proscenium theatre.
In 1931, the Manipur Dramatic Union, the first of the big three of modern proscenium theatres of Manipur, came to be established. The second, the Aryan Theatre, was formed in 1935, and 8 years later, the famous Roopmahal Theatre. These institutions grew with the added impetus of some master individuals. G.C. Tongbra, a satirical master, was one such.
G.C. Tongbra is considered as the father of the modern Manipuri drama. And he came up in late in 1940s, and he was almost well known in Manipur in 1950s and 60s. These 50s and 60s were dominated by the plays of J.C. Tomra.
Irabod Singh, who made the common man, the peasant, the subject matter of plays, was another pioneer. He was among those who founded the Manipur Dramatic Union. From the time of its inception, modern Manipuri theatre has been a mirror to the society. Whether it was to expose the foibles of the aristocracy and the new power equations of a changed social order, or to whip up anti-colonial sentiments among the masses, or to draw attention to the social mores and degradation of human values, theatre has been a powerful tool. In the late 60s, when restlessness and anxiety gripped Manipur, theatre became vibrant. There was an agitation for statehood and youth unrest due to famine and neglect. In the early 70s, insurgency surfaced. All these upheavals featured in the plays.
Please, learn and concentrate.
We have to respond to the presentation. Unless the theatre, responds to the present tension of the time, what is the meaning of theatre? Theatre is not just to narrate an event as the journalist or some story writers do. Theatre has more other dimensions to deal with.
Right after the 60s, the plays that were being written became more critical of the new social order. They became very critical of the relationship between families, inside the families, relationship of people to people, and relationship between classes, tensions among the classes, tensions within the young generation when they were completely unaware of what is happening now. So theatre became critical. Theatre became a participatory, critical exercise because dances can continue, music can continue without change, classical music can continue, classical dances can continue. It doesn't have much to do with social changes. But theatre cannot avoid a major responsibility of critiquing the standard of our life, the relationship between forces, relationship between different economic and social forces. These questions had to be asked by theatre.
Showcasing this rich culture has been Roopmahal, Aryan and MDU, three prosceniums that were institutions in their own right. These three prosceniums presented shows with the regularity of a cinema hall, and people thronged these venues. At first glance, the nature of the plays produced by these three groups may have seemed similar, but a closer look revealed that each had distinct characteristics. The Manipur Dramatic Union, for example, had a love for social melodramas, a big cast and maximum display of color and decor on the sets. This play, Aman Bayum, is a social commentary on the time-tested theme of a clash between the traditional and the modern within a family. Aryan Theatre produced the largest number of native playwrights, with over 100 of their plays being performed between 1935 and 1977. Unfortunately, Aryan Theatre suffered a major setback when a fire razed its building in 1995.
His Royal Highness,
Roopmahal Theatre, which dominates commercial mainstream theatre in Manipur, has a penchant for historical dramas. Their biggest hit till date is this, Bir Tikendrjit, the tale of a Manipuri patriot who was hanged by the British on August 13, 1891. The popularity of this play can be gauged from the fact that since 1951, This play has been performed unfailingly every year on August 13th.
Panbayaba Rumuhol na yam na thawai hakchang yaw sana jarpati bir taken rejit place ni Manipuri ki ऐतिहासिक ओइबा थबक से याम कन निंसंग निंबा पाम्बा मन लेबा सिदा taken rejit की चावरब इहो म थोखरा भावते काउना खरे पे मतंगदा रुमोल न मसी निंसंग न हौरपदा हौजिति यान अपुंग फाना खंगनरे ऐतिहासिक ओइबा मदगी तसेंगबा अहिंगबा वना मणिपुर गवर्नमेंट भयावना मसी ऑब्जर्व तोरे.
What is it that keeps this performing art so dynamic? The creative inputs of directors and playwrights apart, there is an amazing atmosphere of passion, conviction, and dedication among the artists. And this atmosphere continues to attract the young while sustaining the passion among the veterans.
Self-tumdi sida thaidongna phangde adi lam ki khaga moin tawbirakpa duna di masina punsigi hingbadi oitho anaina art pu yam nungsijaba pamjaba aduga sina popularity ama soigi tangena honajarakpani
ngawi karino khangde asida asu yam pamu kre asuki matik pami aduga amana aigi thajebana theater tawraga theater sida aigi aroiba kathoga isor phangni haibse ai pona thajebani ado aida nate ayamba aikogi manipur theater tawri mi singse theater sina isor phangani hojik leiribagi ipai pu sadgada ka khrabagi madu lanba sadga yobungam daba aduma pap chelba aduba kokani haiba asomda ngakani tawnai.
Indeed, this craze for an art defies logic. They are willing to sacrifice much of their time and energy to this art, a performing art that even during its heydays in the 60s and the 70s never really gave monetary benefits. It is a passion that continues to fuel the theatre movement.
Yum salai be di chuya yadre sina pamjabagi imana polakpagi aina samajgi ithaudang ama ai yadaba yade haibasigi saklol role ama lauraga aina imana ai thaudang amne na masida aina pamjana yarakpani sara henbai di heli sina chak chabagi wadi laite ila yaruraga ai halaga yamda ising thaga tumba yawi isa gai golaga chak chaningai laitadna adubo ai sara hele haidna ai
But despite the passion, dedication and creativity, modern Manipuri theatre today has lost much of its appeal in the state. The audience has dwindled and the proscenium theatre seems to be hanging on to its past glory. So what happened?
Manipuri film sekarang bau fatte kebu, manglai ban. Ilano wamalpa sa athakpa dal sing tra mari mga sang tamme adigi amung so numit ulang ne ami numit sedaban sini ekoi sina manipur gini amana amung manipur da sidharai sina medium yam le ratna huti kare hege cinema hall amani khaktam le rami mayai da room hall le rami do huti mafam khudimukta cinema hall le re impan da natana kari haini kada hantabada su thauban su amada su ama cinema hon ngaktung ngai kre masina ekoi ki sidarakpagi maram.
प्लेराइट की संख्या जो है वो तो कम होती जा रही है दिन ब दिन मेरे ख्याल से, क्योंकि मेरे विचार में लिखने के पश्चात लिखने के बाद प्रोड्यूस करके दिखाने का माहौल जो है या तो सामाजिक माहौल या आर्थिक माहौल, आर्थिक एनवायरनमेंट, और फिर इसके साथ ही साथ वो देखने का जो है भावुक ऑनलुकर्स ऑडियंस जो है वो बहुत कम है.
What is also found wanting at this critical juncture is state patronage and recognition, and exponents of this performing art have reasons to complain. Even the government's funding system has been questioned, and Kanhailal has his own suggestion.
Make me alive. It would be better to create an autonomous body. Give the whole money to that autonomous body. The autonomous body constituted by the field experts, by the artists themselves. Then they can evolve a new kind of granting system.
In the field of music, in the field of dance, in the field of medicine, in the field of sociology, or call it any field, in defense and everything, you'll find lot of Padma Bhushan's, even Bharat Ratna. Does this mean that, theatre has nothing to do? Or giving, 4 or 5 Padma Shris and a few awards is really, the kind of respect that it should get by doing theatre or becoming a professional theatre worker? It's a big question mark.
But despite the constraints, the pitfalls, and the lack of recognition, Manipuri theatre continues to play on. Experimental works that have taken theatre out from the confines of the proscenium are capturing the imagination of the theatre world. There was a sudden urge to find out newer ways of reaching out to the people. Outside influences had a marked effect on the theatre practitioners of Manipur. The Western absurdist dramas found great favour among the younger directors, providing them an opportunity to break free from the traditional format. And the great master of Bengali stage, Badal Sarkar, came and taught the young theatre enthusiasts new psychophysical exercises. He showed them how to free their art from the confines of the proscenium. With a very popular traditional folk theatre existing in this culturally rich state, a question that is often asked is, how much of the folk theatre tradition of Manipur has influenced modern theatre?
There was a time when theatre directors like say Habib Tanvir, B.V. Karan, Panikkar, and many others came to use folk theatres of Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and Gujarat, Nautanki, etc. And taking cue from these practitioners, these theatre groups, our own theatre directors came to look to our folk theatre or folk performances, and they picked up motifs, materials in terms of costume, in terms of acting, in terms of music, etc.
Throughout the evolution of Manipuri theatre, there never has been any dearth of talented artists to assimilate and create new expressions. And when experimental theatre came into vogue, there were enough players. Interestingly, there is a debate on within the contemporary theatre fraternity as to whether this new genre of alternative theatre is far removed from the masses it aims to reach out to. Works like Chakravyuh, Uttar Priyadarshi, Izzat, and Macbeth, Tales of Love and War, have managed to enthrall theatre enthusiasts outside Manipur, no doubt. But how many people in Manipur have been able to see these, enjoy these? Is experimental theatre just for a select few?
Manipuri theatre, in order to get recognition, in order to be successful, and in order to get profit, is now oriented towards, looking towards a kind of an audience which are there in the extra-linguistic boundaries. They are interested in showing their plays in Calcutta, they are interested in producing their plays in Delhi and in other places in the international circuit. So the elitist theatre group are having their orientation much more towards their own extra Manipuri frontiers, and they are not going to the people.
Contemporary Manipuri theatre is certainly at the crossroads. The challenge is to bring this form of theatre back to the masses, and also to make theatre self-sustaining. efforts are already on and new infrastructure is coming up with both government and individual initiatives. Arambam Lokendra is pursuing his passion at this facility, the Forum for Laboratory Theatre that he has set up in the heart of Imphal. Kanhailal set up Kalakshetra near Imphal in 1969. And this complex of Ratan Thiam's Chorus Repertory Theatre was inaugurated in April 2001. In these institutions, people live, dream, breathe, and yes, make theatre. The challenge is there, and the quest is on, both by the masters and the young practitioners of this art.